What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keep It a Benji, and that's how I'm gonna keep it. Bobby A ran some content pertaining to gangster from Santana Block, Compton Crib, OGENT. And before I speak on it, I'ma run this snippet so y'all understand why I'm saying the things I'm gonna say.
This dude is putting it out there as if it is, shit, confirmed. It is signed, sealed, and delivered that OG baby gangster from Santana Block Compton has told. He's authenticating. I'm not authenticating shit. I'm not giving legitimacy to anything. The brother put out the content. I wanted to, share and introduce the content. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if it's for show the gangster told or not. You feel what I'm saying? But this brother saying that he has irrefutable proof that baby gangster, OG baby gangster from Santana Block and got down. He didn't told. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't go into the specifics. You really couldn't read the paperwork and all this and all that. But I think this will warrant a response from gangster, like, inquiring minds want to know, Edie, did you get down on some people? You feel what I'm saying? Is you still in that place? A lot of people, they elevate past that and like, oh, I ain't got nothing to prove, I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But gangster had did a video to where it was saying a few things, and we would like a response. If you don't mind, sir, is it any legitimacy to what this brother is claiming? Is this brother just coming on here clown chasing, trying to seek internet relevance and all this? Is this brother agent provocateur?
Now, let me make this clear. Two things. First and foremost, I do not represent no type of form of hiding somebody wrongdoing. If a person signed themselves up breaking rules, then that's something they gotta wear. That is nobody else's job to try to cover for you breaking the rules. You know what kind of situation you was putting yourself into when you did it. Even if you put yourself in a situation that's considered a gray area, you have to own up to you making a choice that some people find nothing wrong with what you did, or certain people finding a problem in what you did. You gotta wear that. Second, we do not put no labels on nobody, and we do not try to dress nothing up as a fact about anybody if we have not verified it ourselves and we can't put the stamp on it. So this video is not for me to be saying that gangster did something wrong or he didn't, because I didn't get to the bottom of it. But moving forward, a dude from Grape Street is on the internet waving around paperwork. He is saying that this paperwork belongs to gangster. He's saying that this paperwork will prove that gangster did some telling. As much that I watched or gathered from the whole situation, I did not see the dude mention what case gangster told on, or what individual gangster told on. He just said this is the paperwork and gangster told, right? Bobby A is running that content, and Bobby A said this out of his own mouth. He said that
I'm not authenticating shit. I'm not giving legitimacy to anything. The brother put out the content. I wanted to, share and introduce the content. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if it's for show the gangster told or not.
I am not authenticating that. The dude from Grape Street is authenticating that. I just wanted to shed more light to the content. Since when has it been respected for somebody to spread rumors about a person supposed to be in a snitch? When was that how the streets is operating? Like, just because somebody bring it to the internet, that don't make it internet business. That's very much a street situation. And if you call yourself somebody who still abide by street rules and street ethic, you know that the only time you supposed to be speaking or shedding any type of light towards somebody having filth on their jacket is when you are stamping that with proof. So while you probably didn't start that narrative, right, which can also be viewed as a rumor, right, because you yourself, you don't know the truth, right? So that means at this moment it's still in the category of he say, she say, or a rumor. When has it been cool for a dude to help spread a rumor about somebody being a snitch? People lose their life for that. For lying on other people, saying that they did something that was wrong and it's false. So if you call yourself a good standing member, Bobby A, how could you align yourself with that narrative? And then this is the second time you ran this type of narrative about gangster. The first time was a couple months ago. So you mean to tell me within all this time, you still did not seek out the truth for yourself? Because you talking about inquiring minds will want to know, gangster. And I think this requires for gangster to respond on the internet because we want to know the truth. When that's messy, ain't nothing gangster about that. Because gangster getting on this internet, running his mouth, ain't doing nothing but creating more he say, she say. Now all it is about, do you believe what the dude from Grape Street said, or what was said through Bobby A's content, or do you believe what gangster is saying? That's all more he say, she say. A real stand-up man or a real gangster would have been like, I looked into that interview, you would have been like, I looked into that, and I'm going to either debunk this, or I'm going to prove this to be true. Just like it's a situation going on right now with BG Knockout, and 16 to Life said that he don't like to speak on these type of situations without doing his homework. And he said he did some homework, and he came up with a verdict on BG Knockout. Y'all can go check it out on 16 to Life page. He will tell y'all what's his verdict on him doing his homework on what he feel like what's wrong or right with BG Knockout. If you was to like have got this information from the streets, why you didn't take the time out to ask gangster yourself if you really cared about the truth? Mind y'all, if Bobby A really cared about the truth, all he had to do was say, yo, gangster, I'm hearing this. I do care about the truth as far as me having a relationship with you. So for us to furthermore keep the relationship we got, I would appreciate it if you could, give me the information I need to look into these stuff that people is throwing out there, so I can know for myself, or I will know how to defend this, because I would rather defend this if it's false, or I'd rather say, yeah, it is true, but I don't want to sit here and deal with you, and I got these type of thoughts, and I'm looking at you a certain type of way. However you might want to go about it, right? And that's up to gangster to where he want to either give you that privilege or he don't. And however he would have responded to that, would have either gave you more of a feeling on however that go. But that's not the approach you took. You sitting here like wanting to really get to the bottom of some wrong cripping. You supposed to be trying to link up into some park. You supposed to be trying to link up to an alley. You supposed to be trying to link up in a parking lot. The fact that you ain't trying to link up and get to the nitty gritty about some real cripping, that show that you ain't on no cripping about this. You want some CFS content first society type get down. That's all you doing. Because you just want the content to stretch out. Ain't nobody caring about nobody back and forth screaming at each other about who told and who didn't. We want to get straight to the facts. That's it. And Bobby A, you also, before you start even having the motion you was having on this internet, you was taking a stance on how like you was giving flowers out for the whole hub and the dub community, on how dudes was not on the internet eating away at each other. Fast forward, you have a speaking term relationship with Gangster, and instead of you reaching out to him, or you, because you use all them big words, right? When you use all them big words, that means you want to be viewed like you intelligent. So if you want to show us you intelligent by using the words, you should have showed us how intelligent you is by getting to the paperwork, right? Because if they got paperwork, that means it must be out there somewhere. And you could have said, by the research you done, this is the homework you gathered and you stumbled across, or however it go, and I'm here to say, yes, this is true or this is false. That ain't what you wanted to do. So now you got this whole hub and the dub campaign looking weird on this internet, right? Because if we all belong to the same thing, that means that that's something that should be able to get understood behind the scenes. If dudes is representing the same thing and can't even get to a solution behind the scenes, how much is dudes from the same thing? If that makes sense to y'all, that shows that somebody must not really be involved with the lifestyle. They not really involved with the hub and the dubbing, because the only way that they could address these matters or seek responses about the matter is via internet. That just makes you more of an internet guy in these real street topics. And if you just an internet guy, stay off the street topics, because you clearly ain't done no street homework to know about nothing related to a gangster. It is a situation pertaining to gangster, right? And the situation with gangster, it has a lot of people not upset with gangster. And do some probably find a problem with gangster behind it? Yes. But however that goes on in life, that's something that gangster gonna have to live with and he's gonna have to deal with. But by you not even having not a clue about even that type of situation pertaining to gangster, it makes me feel like, damn, how much connected to the streets in the history of certain things is Bobby A, right? I know I probably lost some of y'all with that, but for those who know, they know when they get it. And I also want to finish with this. Bobby A take a stance on this internet. Every time he get on this internet, he always saying that he pushing for peace. He always trying to fancy himself on trying to come to a solution. He's always trying to make it seem like he's not trying to create no type of problem amongst black people. He's always advocating like he's anti anything adding fuel to a fire between other gangs. But what Bobby A just did only did the total opposite. And mind you, this is how inappropriate and how messy this was by Bobby A. Because the dude from Grape Street ran that content 8 months ago. So it's not even clean. So it's not even current content. I can look at it a little bit different. Like, okay, if this just came out today and it's fresh content. But for you to go find some content, or for you to run some type of narrative about somebody in a serious way, right? Real serious accusations attached to him. For you to I think that's something that would be respected for a good standing member who abide by the street ethics still would do. It shows that you was trying to instigate a problem, correct some problems, and you started a lot of drama, Bobby A, amongst the black community and amongst the gang community and amongst the Crips. And the reason why is because you know that dudes from Santana Block gotta reach out to Grape Street dudes now and see what was going on with that. What's this about, right? What's all that about? You understand that dudes from Santana Block gotta put a certain type of viewing point on PJ based upon you doing what you doing right now, running some content, helping spread some narrative or some rumor about somebody else, and you ain't even here to debunk it or to stamp it as a proof, as the truth. So that right there just added fuel to a fire. I'm not even saying that it's a problem yesterday, but moving forward, who knows what tomorrow may bring. But why did you feel like that was important to the internet? How did you feel like that was something that was going to better the black community? How did you feel like that was going to keep all hostile manners out of the gang equation? See, y'all gotta be mindful with people. People will present themselves one type of way when they feel like that's how they can gather an audience. The moment that they get audiences, they're going to express more of who they truly are. I just really do not respect Bobby A on this get down. I feel like it was too much like being an internet type of guy, not keeping it street enough. I feel like he made a mockery of the whole Hub and the Dub campaign. Because you got a dude from Grape, a dude from BJ, speaking on a dude from Santana. Too much Hub and the Dub going on for dudes not linking up to get to the bottom of that, if that was something that dudes actually cared about getting to the bottom of. But dudes would rather it be content, right? That's what it really is. And make no mistakes, like I stated, if Bobby A would have had facts to back up what he wanted to say on here, and he said, hey, I'm on here to debunk or I'm here to stamp, I can't have no problem with that. Because if you do your homework and you say something is wrong, because you see it and you seeing what's going on, and you see that's facts of that being wrong, I can't say nothing about nobody getting at somebody who done something wrong. But for you to raise all of this type of more shedding light and all that to this situation, I don't see how that was beneficial. And this dude brought this to the internet 8 months ago. And I will say this as well, since you was talking about what requires a response from Gangster on this internet. Gangster don't need to respond to nobody like you. He don't need to respond to somebody who's that content thirsty. He don't need to respect nobody who ain't got the respect to even reach out to him behind the scenes or really meet him in the streets. Those who care about that in the streets, that's who Gangster can get to the bottom of that with. I'm not saying anybody is getting at Gangster about something like he did anything wrong. I'm not saying that he's facing any type of scrutiny. I'm not saying he's under the gun. I'm not saying none of that. But I'm saying if it is something that need to get addressed or need to get to a solution about, he can do that with those who care about the street lifestyle. Because that is street business. Straight up. That's that. He don't need to turn into giving somebody else content after they just tried to make a mockery of the whole Hub and the Dub campaign, make a mockery of Gangster, try to make a mockery of Santana, make a mockery of the Compton Cribs, try to make all that type of weird stuff just for content. Gangster don't owe a person like that a motherfucking thing. I don't respect that. Keep it a Benji like I always do. Y'all can jump in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm out.